playing at night. Now you're in the middle of the season. It is difficult, but again, this is the big leagues. No excuses for guys like bring that energy to this lineup.
Easy for a normal starting pitcher to adjust their body clock because he can start days prior, and now he has to go pitch.
5-hour energy was my friend the second half of my career.
That wasn't invented yet in my day.
5 out to face the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch is coming your way next.
Game series, and the Dodgers going for the sweep. They win the. And after the game finished, he did his routine visualization, stepping on top of the mound and. Ohtani won his Dodger debut on the mound and through 25 starts, a 1.81 ERA that is third best in Dodger history through Grimes. Ohtani 6-2 overall, 1.06 ERA this season. It's a leader, but the arsenal is much deeper than that, and he'll mix in those other 5 pitches as well.
He certainly has some other options. Once in a while, he'll go arm side with that cutter, but he is really working in hard against the lefty.
Has not scored since then. Yandy Diaz, Jonathan Aranda, and Cedric Mullins at the top of the order. Dodgers catching Jr. first action of this series with Chandler Simpson in left field. Victor Mesa's in right. Hunter Fiducia, the former Dodger, does it. Tommy Edman, David Vassegh, giving the details of his return from ankle surgery. 2 years really of dealing with that ankle. Beyond that, back in there starting at third base today and ready to lead off for the Dodgers when we go to the bottom of the first inning. 9th shutout win of the year for LA. That's the most in the majors. Already 1 shy of their total from all of last year. Atlanta sitting at 46. They're going to play 2 today against San Francisco. They had their game postponed by rain. The quick game yesterday, well rested even with the early start, and off we go with a first pitch sweeper to Yandy Diaz, sitting at an 0 for 15 yesterday with a base hit. One of just 3 Tampa Bay had against Robleski and company. 3 scoreless innings for the bullpen that had struggled so much on the road trip. Lightning quick fashion, an hour 52. Fastest Dodger game since the last day of the 1999 losses, but a little something more to it.
Yeah, that was Doug Harvey. That tells you all you need to know, right? He was behind the plate that ball game. The strike zone, boys, is going to be dugout to dugout. I mean, we're thinking, no way. I mean, he's just saying that. I'll be darned. We had 14 strikeouts. Pedro Estacio for us. He thought he still needed to throw the ball over the plate.
Hour 44, that final day of the 92 season.
You see Shohei just blowing this ball.
If Ohtani and the Dodgers get 7 strikeouts in this game, everybody gets that free jumbo jack tomorrow with the purchase of a large one.
Yeah, just to finish off that story, too, in Houston, Doug Harvey, the last 6 pitches were to he put his took out his chew that he had on his mouth, put it right down on home plate, turned back, and
forgot. Grounded to first. Freddie Freeman says, get out of here. I'm starting to the season, and really it was going how most of them have gone. He'd given up just 1 run over 6 innings against the Pirates and then gave up great. And they were very cautious with that. Had to make sure that he was ready to rock today. And Dave Roberts and said, let's go. Cedric Mullins with 2 gone and the base is empty.
Great innings. It was hot as heck, and actually a little bit surprised that he did go out for that 7th inning. Big sky, and then a cheap base hit, first and second, strikes out Horowitz, and then fell behind 3-0.
ERA is 1.06.
I mean, the boards and Cy Young or not.
And as we've talked about with him, he's going to need to be nearly perfect to win that award with as good as the season going to lack. But when it comes to ERA, nobody better. He's got it, and Ohtani's got this game rolling with a 1-2-3 first. Edman to lead things off with Pages, Freeman, and Betts to follow. Miguel Rojas does the DH, and with Ohtani getting a day off at the plate. Shane McClanahan in his first season back after missing the last 2 because of injury, and he's been rock solid with a 3.20 in his 2026 debut. And as David Vassegh was reporting, the patience getting tested. He's ahead 2-0, and we look at our Coors Banquet Start Your Legacy. He's trying to restart his major league in that postseason and sign the new contract. Grounds this one sharply to second base. And right-handed pitching when he's at his best. The versatility. He's not going to take any one guy's spot, but he's going to unlock a lot of things.
So it does is it allows other players to get rest. Remember, we can go through the semantics of play, and Tommy Edman is valuable a player as anybody just because of how he impacts the others.
Has 1 for 4 yesterday, and as you see there, just continued though to captain the top defense in baseball in center field. And so many reasons the defense has been improvement. You'd probably pick your center fielder. And Pages, by defensive runs saved, is defensive runs saved.
Yeah, if it's hitting the air, there's a pretty good chance he's going to run it down. And reality is too, because Andy is covering foul pole to foul pole.
He's coming for the ball, and he's also coming for you. So. The 1-2 from
McClanahan less than 24 hours later. That's as good a right-left combination as you're going to see anywhere.
And here's what he throws.
You know, he really lives on that fourth ball is going to be as far as bottom part of the zone. That's where he lives.
Not just one of the top young pitchers in baseball, one of the top pitchers, period, before he went away for 2 years because of the injuries. 3 seasons, an All-Star twice. Started the All-Star game in 2023. A couple of months after that, though, here on that fastball. And then as he's trying to come back last year, starts to deal with a nerve issue in his forearm and in his elbow where he lost. And by the time this was all finished, he'd gone 2 full seasons without pitching in the majors. Here comes to Freeman. And a big bounce at his second. That's kind of a cliffhanger. I want to hear why you say that as Palacios flips.
It's your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot Daily, or visit MLB.
You got Ohtani, who's the leading vote getter of any player, and then Caminero is leading all third basemen in the American League. Lead on Caminero. 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. And the Dodgers catching him at a good. Most of the thump comes right here. Caminero, though, just 184 over his last 10 games.
Got a hold of the sweeper here. Again, this pitch for Shohei.
Rays have their first. 29-year-old from Brooklyn. Takes a fastball just in the majors. Back and forth every year. He's dealt with injuries each year. 51 games about his men. Checks in defensively. 1 gone in the second. Now, Tommy told me about a week ago in AAA, and the last test for him was those explosive movements like that. That first step that you make, you can guard it, but when you get into a game and you got to make that first step without thinking, could I do that pain-free? And once the
unpredictable movement, can you do that without feeling some sort of issue, pain, whatever?
Curve here to Chandler Simpson.
You know, one of the things too, for as long as Tommy has dealt with that, you know, maybe really like that's 80% now, and so for him to have this feeling, to be where he's at right now is.
Man, oh man, I mean, this is a guy who was an everyday player for 3 years in St. Louis after establishing himself there as a goal. 23. 24, he only played 37 games. Flied into left field for Alex Combs to deal with that ankle. And it's one of those questions when you're going through something like that where you don't necessarily need surgery. It's even more patience, but to win the long game, and that's what he chose to do. 2 outs. First game for him of this series. Last time he played Sunday against the Angels, 2 for 3. Came over to the Rays this offseason. For a second. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jackal to the Dodger order. Mookie Betts to lead off. Shane McClanahan through his line comes up in the 2 games in this series. Long ball. They've scored 5 runs in the 2 games, and all 5 coming off 3 home runs.
You know how dominant that pitching was last night. both teams each 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. If you enjoyed pitching, man.
Change up misses away, but if you can take a trip down the aisle and supermarket sweep, pick whatever you want. Picking the home runs as your first item. I don't know if I just totally screwed up the concept of supermarket sweep, but you get my point. If you're shopping, that's
home runs, but they just don't have a lot in their lineup. You really looking at Caminero and Diaz as far as
hit fashion. Rojas winning the 4-3 affair on Monday with a shot against Steven Matz. Miguel's been putting in extra work on his pinch hitting, his preparation for that. He's saying, look, I see as this roster how I get most of my opportunities. Drives this ball on a line to center field, but Mullins in the lineup, though. Still love what he can do against left-handed pitching. So don't sell yourself short, Miggy Rowe. You're still going to be in the lineup plenty.
In the postseason, and Doc decided to pull him out of the hat. Series.
Clanahan's retired the first 5 that he's faced. Up comes Kyle Tucker. Grounds the first pitch 5 against him. And so a good day for Muncy to be off, for Ohtani to get a break from hitting.
So when you asked me how, the Scooble, I made the comment.
Yes.
It's similar to Scooble in that you just hit it right on the head. In his career against left-handed hitters, has allowed 20 walks, and he could be huge for one of these ball clubs. Come trade deadline in that negate Ohtani, Tucker, Muncy, Freeman, Harper, Schwarber.
2 to Tucker. Ripped through the right side, and the first hit for the Dodgers comes from Kyle Tucker. Lefty.
Nice job of swinging the bat. More than anything, though, that is, as you just mentioned, a left-handed hitter.
It's actually been some rumor that Scooble getting hurt. Yankees expect him back, but Rays like what they have right now with their start.
I think for me, if I'm looking at teams, it's Milwaukee or the Yankees. Look, if you're Milwaukee, you can talk about competing every year, but isn't the goal to win? Yankees, I mean, you're going to the World Series.
3 balls, no strikes on Alex. And he's got a 4-pitch walk. For more on call.
He has told me in the past, on days like this, he will use the virtual reality headset and simulate at bat. He told me that on a day like today, he'll see pitches from Shane McClanahan on that VR headset. First time that he has seen McClanahan today.
Well, he's had to establish himself, and he's going to be an everyday player, get those chances where you can get into a groove. So he knows the only way that he's going to hang around is chin ground in the first one he sees. Diving stop by Palacios to second to end the inning.